Hello everyone, I'm Greg Weaver. Welcome to the Audio Analyst. When I started piloting the concept for Second Space, though I knew I had an affordable analog solution by using my vintage Microseeky DD30, I wasn't exactly sure how I would stream to this new space. Poking into the really affordable available solutions out there led me to the WiiM products, which include three models: the Mini, which retails at $99, the Pro, which retails at $149, and the Pro Plus, which retails at $219. Now, most often, Amazon and other online retailers offer discounts of 10% or even more. But given the underlying premise of the Second Space concept, I decided to go with the most affordable WiiM device, the Mini. At roughly 2 3/4 inches round by 1 inch tall, fashioned from plastic, it is not as large as a hockey puck, with a set of capacitive touch operational buttons on its top, along with its multicolored status indicating LED. With its dual-band Wi-Fi support and Bluetooth connectivity, network access is a snap using either the free Android or iOS WiiM app. It is natively compatible with a host of streaming services, including Qobuz, which mattered to me, Spotify, Amazon Music, Deezer, TuneIn, Tidal, SoundCloud, Pandora, iHeartRadio, VTuner, Napster, Sound Machine, and so on. Interestingly enough, though there is no mention of this in the manual, the WiiM Mini was recognized by Roon as an other network device, and now may be selected and used like any other Roon audio zone. You can even make a direct connection to a local DLNA music server using the WiiM mobile app. And though it is an option that does not appeal to me personally, it is voice controllable using Alexa or Siri and supports Apple AirPlay 2 for multi-room audio. There are 5 ports aligned along its side, including a 3.5mm stereo input jack, a 3.5mm stereo analog output jack, a USB-C power port, an SP-diff optical output port, and then a tiny mic aperture to allow it to auto-measure the audio path latency for AirPlay 2, Amazon, Alexa Multiroom, and LinkPlay Multiroom syncing. Power is provided by its included USB-C cable and 5V 1A AC adapter. The stereo input jack allows the Mini to be used as a Wi-Fi transmitter that can stream the analog audio output from some other device, like a CD player or a computer. Its stereo analog output allows you to feed the Mini's analog audio output directly to your vintage audio receiver or a preamp or integrated amplifier with one of its included cables. Regardless, its analog output provides a very high quality and adjustable output level with 4 settings from 500 millivolts up to 2 volts, with a dynamic range of 96 decibels, and a THD plus noise ratio equal to 0.009%. The heart of the Mini is its integrated onboard Texas Instruments stereo DAC that will stream up to 24-bit and 192 kHz audio via either its Toslink optical or 3.5mm stereo analog output, and supports virtually any PCM audio codec with gapless track playback. And all this for less than $100? I have no idea how WiiM is able to pack all this into such an affordable price point with all this versatility. But the real question is, how did it sound? My initial experimenting with the Mini was to use its optical output to feed the DAC in the Icon Audio iControl 2. And as remarkable as that performance was, I was really curious to see how the analog output compared, and I soon switched. One note: only one of the Mini's 3 sources may be active at any time, meaning that you must select from either the auxiliary input or the optical or the analog output. Honestly, in that mode, I was even more blown away by how effectively it worked, with no pauses, interruptions, hiccups, or other glitches. But what wonderful sound! No one I auditioned the second space system for while streaming with the WiiM Mini could believe how good this bloody little hockey puck gizmo performed and how feature-rich it was. And the real stunner, to me at least, was that WiiM could pull all this off with a retail of under $100. Now, given the magic that the WiiM Mini was pulling off at its price, I decided I just had to give the WiiM Pro Plus a listen, and there were several reasons. While the WiiM Pro, the $150 model between the entry-level Mini and their flagship Pro Plus, uses the Texas Instruments-owned chipmaker Burr Brown's PCM 5121, the Pro is also built to support 24-bit and 192 kHz over its digital optical output, but up to 32-bit and 384 kHz over its analog output. Now, if you've followed my written work over the years or the channel for any length of time, you'll be aware that when it comes to digital playback, I prefer DSD's sonic envelope over even that of the highest resolution PCM files. It just so happens that the WiiM Pro Plus boasts the new generation AKM AK4493 SEQ Premium DAC, offering very low distortion and wide dynamic range by implementing what AKM calls their Velvet sound technology. This is their specific global layout technology, intended to maintain the integrity of the original audio signal content by reducing noise from the operation of the switching digital circuits and eliminating as many other noise contributing paths as possible. More to the point, while the Pro Plus supports bit-perfect output to 24-bit 192 kHz over its digital optical and coaxial outputs, as do both the Mini and the Pro, its analog output offers up to 32-bit and 768 kHz and native DSD up to quad DSD or DSD 512. Once it arrived, it was also a snap to drop into place, get on my network, and set up and ready to stream. The Pro Plus offers all the features of the Mini in a 5.5-inch square, 1.5-inch tall black plastic chassis, but adds Chromecast capability, an RJ45 Ethernet jack, and a coaxial digital output. But the signal-to-noise ratio moves up to 120 decibels, and the THD plus noise rating drops to 0.00032%. Now, given the combination of how well the Mini had shown itself, taken with the significantly elevated specifications of the Pro Plus, I'll admit to looking forward to discovering its capabilities. And as high as my hopes were for the WiiM Pro Plus, once it arrived and was dropped into play, the performance increase it delivered outstripped my expectations. The sonic results with the Pro Plus were not only better, but it was able to deliver insanely good sound. While none of the technical info I could uncover discussing the discrete output buffer stages used to drive the analog output signal in any of the three models, I'm wagering that the buffer used in the Pro Plus is significantly improved over that of the Mini because everything, not just DSD file playback, sounds conspicuously better. With the Pro Plus in play, the sense of space recreated, both with streaming from Qobuz and with file playback from my network-attached storage, had become not only deeper and more finely delineated, but vertical placement, voice sizes and shapes, and the air and space of the venue recording was much more apparent and realistically created. Dynamic expressiveness with the Pro Plus also took a notable stride forward, both in its ability to more clearly and convincingly convey the expression of energy of musical passages and to more compellingly communicate low-level detail, nuance, and microdynamic effect. This was truly impressive performance given its remarkable affordability. Now, let me share a demonstration of how effective the WiiM Pro Plus is. Let's take a listen. Needless to say, the Pro Plus has taken up permanent residency in the Second Space system, and the Mini has now found a home connected to a vintage audio system that I assembled to recreate the audio system I had when I first went off to film school after my high school graduation in 1973. It includes a gorgeous-looking 1973 Sherwood S7200 receiver driving a set of similarly aged and well-preserved EPI 100 speakers in walnut enclosures. If you need an affordable streaming solution for just about any use, from driving a vintage component to feeding your new DAC, the WiiM Pro Plus should be more than enough to get all but the most demanding music lovers through. I could not have been more surprised by the level of performance and versatility of these WiiM devices. I am not suggesting that these dizzyingly overachieving, extremely affordable, and richly featured streaming solutions from WiiM are going to be the sonic equal of significantly better designed and executed streamers from more popular companies. What I am suggesting is that, for most listeners, particularly those with an affinity for vintage electronics or with fairly modest budgets, will be more than merely satisfied with what these products afford them, both in terms of their capabilities and their ability to make music. As always, thanks for taking the time to drop by today. Further information on supporting the channel may be found in today's description section or at my website, theaudioanalyst.com. Please stay safe and keep the music playing. Till next time, cheers.